Hey Scarth, what's going on? We're just starting out. How are you this morning, if it's morning for you? Okay. Definitely gonna have to fix that butt. That arm. I'm doing alright too. Feeling fairly positive about this sketch. Just want to make sure we bring it home in a good way. Last time I think I kind of just randomly put in the lighting, but I want to actually think about it this time. Well, I didn't randomly do it, I shouldn't say that, but I didn't give it as much thought as I could have. I'm trying to think if this would be the best way. I think there's gonna be some kind of like it's like an egg shape, right? So should have a shadow there. Hello, 4. How are you? I hope the train has been kinder to you this week. I'm alright, the train has behaved. That's good. Say that this is not going to be... Oh, and now would be a good idea to crop the stream so viewers can get a closer look. What do you mean by that? Like zoom in? Yeah, zoom in. Okay. I'm gonna start zooming in shortly. Seems like there's not a lot going on. I'm trying to figure out make sure the drawing's okay. Like I can tell that this arm is out too far and the butt is kind of flat. Hi, Quacking. So I need to fix those things. Actually, we can get rid of this for now. He's talking about doing it on OBS or Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs. I gotta figure out if that's like the best one to be using too. Zoe, Gary, you're good at art. What's your favorite anime? Thank you. Favorite anime is probably Code Geass. It was an incredible story, really awesome characters, and you know, the animation quality improved so much in the second season. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be my favorite, I think. Hey Abe, what's your favorite anime? Zoe. You know what anime I've slept on though that I really should watch is what is it called? The Fate series. Someone was playing a stream last night. It was like a Fate stay night game or something. But I was like, you know, I've never really watched this series at all. I don't know how that happened exactly. Alright, we're gonna clip the line art. I think we're ready to go hard into this, so let's do it. Black Clover is pretty dope. Attack on Titan is better. Can't tell if these are hair rollers or headphones. Oh my god. So these are headphones. They're literally falling apart as they're old. So I put socks on them to keep them alive a little longer until I have the money to get new headphones. Damn, dude, that made me laugh. Alright, we're not gonna repaint this, we're just going to move it over a little bit. I'm gonna have to put it behind so it doesn't interfere with our other shit. There we go. Yeah, I had screwed up the overlap there. That looks better than before. Yeah, there we go. I feel like that's a little off, but let's also just get a little angle change in there so it doesn't look so wonky. Probably have to change this, but you know. There we go. Headphones saved by socks. Never heard of that one. Yeah. It's been helpful. And Ave, I've watched, I haven't seen Black Clover. I did read the manga for a while. It started to lose me around the like demon stuff. So I haven't gotten back into it in a while. And Attack on Titan, I think I watched the first season. I'll probably go back and watch that at some point. I couldn't read the manga. The art was just too distracting. I like the style and the red and the gray. You should check it out. RWBY. Okay, I will check that out. Haven't seen it before. Space Dandy. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things, and it looked funny, the trailer. Anything by Satoshi Kon. I don't know who that is, but I think we talked about him before. Oh yeah, that's oh, Cells at Work. That looked cool. I didn't see that either. Do I read yaoi? You're gonna have to remind me which genre yaoi is. Is that like lesbian romance? I forget which yaoi is. Yaoi is boy love. There's actually one manga I read that I love that is yaoi. Or I don't think I can call it manga. It's I think it's Korean or something. It's like manhwa or something. Oh god. I'm gonna forget the name. Such good artwork though. I'll find out the name. There was I found it through watching what is the other, not Yuri. I was reading a Yuri one called Tamandiguchi, and then I found the yaoi one through that. I think it's called like the Mascapo Trading Company or something like that. Dojin is indie self-published manga, usually one-shots. Yeah. Yeah, I have no, discrimination, I guess. I mean, if it's a good love story, it's a good love story, and I'm down for it. And there is one in particular. I just gotta remember the name. No, Zoe, I'm pretty sure smut is a slang for erotic content. I mean, it may be used for yaoi and yuri, but I'm pretty sure it's slang for... because smut itself is like a word for sexual content. Okay. I need to fix this butt because it's bothering me. And technically, we're gonna be... Here's a manga I absolutely love, Mango Yokiyari. Don't know what that is, I'm gonna look that up. Mango Yokiyari. Never seen this before. I'll check it out, Abe. Yeah, we'll give you cross-dressing feet, lolly. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants that. Or I guess there are some people, otherwise there wouldn't be an audience, right? Gonna need a lighter color here. Do not look up what a rainbow kiss is. It's actually pretty disgusting. Yeah, let's make sure the conversation doesn't go too out of control, guys. Bring it back to PG, please. You can talk about Yuri and Yaoi without making it sexual. Can I get my little brother to be more active? No, kidnapping does not work. Yeah, what do you mean? He's on the phone, doesn't bother to play with his friends, doesn't touch grass. I'm not sure. I suppose you have to think of it like if you had a kid or something, you could invite him out to like hikes or something. I'm typically fond of the outdoors, but sometimes it does get me out of the house. Started doing 3D sculpting again. Thought I'd make a bunch of models I can use in Clip Studio. That's pretty cool. What would you use the models for? This. I'm not bragging about touching grass. Oh my god. Uh, like a cup of water, yeah, is a thing that needs no name. You like it, you already had so much you can't take it. You go to pop or soda to fill your sinful needs. Bro, Zoe, you need other topics of interest. Let me see if I can find the name of the thing, so... real quick. I know I follow them on Twitter, but I can't remember their name. Oh, is this it? I think I found him. Sorry, one moment. Everybody. We have someone who just can't get this out of your head. Alright, here it is. Look up Gary, or Zoe Gary. Look up this, if you don't already know it. Bye. This is the name. Xeon. That's a really good series. It's a comic, by the way, not an anime. Yes, it's boy on boy love. It's just they're all super shy and it's really cute. Or at least I think it is. Well, it's an ongoing series for a while. And then if you the female version of that story is Tamadiguchi, which is personally I think a little bit better, but you know, that's just me. Coming from the guy with socks as headphones. Yes, I have great opinions. Hey Chobi. Okay, we need something a little darker here. Well, I'm gonna need it here as well. Hi Soad, and hello Ryuzaki. Yeah, we got everybody in here today, okay. This is so detailed. There we go. Should I bother with that? Yeah, maybe not. Need art help? I know how to draw for 12 years in each style. I have the crazy anime or the no outline. I mean, you can have several styles. It's helpful for finding jobs. But if you're looking to nail down one, you just have to decide what you like better. I don't think that's really up for us to decide for you. There's so many, like, honestly, there's so many styles and different nuances of how you can do things. I know Chad's big, tall, but we gotta fix this a little bit. Oop. Size these suckers a little bit. This? Take you. Move you up on here. Gather your 10 favorite artists, pick the stuff you like from them, and find a style you'll enjoy. Well, that's not a good idea. It's not a bad idea. I decide that your art style should be the Rugrat. Oof. Good luck. You sound like you're knighting him or something for. And so I shall dub you the Rugrats style. You will forever be known for it, and you cannot change. Someone has to take up the mantle of the Rugrats. Trevor, are you skipping my comebacks? No, sorry. There's more chat than I expected. I'm trying to draw and read chat at the same time. I hear that more than I hear I love you from my mom. Oh God. Go to a place you can't get out. Yeah, it's true. He is on a train. My main style is anime-ish with semi-realistic traits, but it really depends on what I'm working on. Yeah, my main style is anime-ish too. Okay, so there's obviously something up here. Just gotta figure out what it is. Wonder what would happen if I move this over a touch.
I'm not the man you want. You've made a mistake. I'm in touch with technological advances pretty well everywhere, and I can tell you that no one has produced anything like this.
Move this over a touch. Sorry guys. The drawing is so bad that I have to push everything over to make it look right. Well, this is what happens when you're learning, right? This feels better. Boop. Boop. I think I can just do that and be happy with that. Back out a little bit more. No. Fun fact, if you trash art you don't like, you will feel better at art like a pro on X. Chad looking like a Chad right now. Thank you. No, do not trash your art. That would be bad news. Oh, what the fuck? I don't know if you guys saw that. I think that was my graphics card. I must have hit some button to activate it. Yeah, I don't really know the back muscles, so this is definitely like challenging as all hell. But we're working it, trying to figure it out. Feel stuck, just let me know. Yeah, it's okay. Yesterday I did a study and I felt stuck the whole time, but I still did it. You know, I think it's just something that's gonna happen. I just gotta try my best and make it work. And if it sucks, I will do better next time. You know? Alright. Suppose this feels a little bit better, actually. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, LMK let me know. It's a pretty large body of work. I'm not pushing myself to do something I don't want. I'm just pushing myself to, or I'm challenging myself. I want to get better at this, and I like these characters. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like that's pretty common with people who are learning, you know. Like yesterday, the study I did, and sometimes your brain tells you don't want to do stuff because you don't like it, but you're just scared to actually do it, and that happened to me yesterday. And I'm glad I saw it through, even though it was terrible. Because I was trying to practice the back. I can show you guys, because it's we're almost at the halfway point, so it'll be fine. Oh, here it is. So I did this back study, and like from far away, it doesn't look horrendously bad. Oop. Right? But as you get closer, it gets a little bit worse. But just because, like, there's so much here to learn that I'm bad at, like, not just the anatomy, but also rendering and values and colors. And again, the anatomy. So, like, you take the wins that you get, and you learn what you can, and then you move on to the next thing. So I took 2 hours to do this, and I was like, I realize I'm not gonna get. There's too much here to. I never try to like super polish a dud. Like if I think something is really going nowhere, try to fix it. And if I know it's a dud, I'm not gonna make it like super polished. It doesn't make any sense to try to polish something that's a dud. Like your eyes grow with you. So eventually you're gonna see a piece of work that you think should be polished, even if it might be crappy to like a professional. Your eyes are gonna see it as really good, right? Not that I see this as really good. This is a dud to me. It's just I did a lot of things good, like the small read is good, but like the colors and values are super off, and obviously the edge control and everything is wonky. Just take your clothes off and flex. But it was really good practice. Like I practiced my ability to observe something and record it, and I did learn some stuff about how the back muscles should be rendered, and like thinking about the back as that egg shape, which let me put in the shadow for this guy. So you know, I did learn things from it that I can apply, but everything is like you're kind of taking like little baby steps because there's so much to know. You have to like chip away at one thing while you suck at other stuff, and then eventually it all sort of comes together. Don't forget to take the W where you can. Exactly. Like I know where the wins are on that piece, and I know like there's like out of all the, if you were to like write it all down, like you know, anatomy, lighting, color, You know, these are all loss, but you get the win in the like observation category, and you know, you get the win in the big read. Those are good things, and you have to take those wins. And just because these are losses doesn't mean you didn't learn anything. Like, I may have learned like a little 10% here and a little like 2% here. You chip away at these, and eventually they start to make sense. Creativity, them cheeks. Back poses are hard too. Like, I was looking through my reference to what I could study, and I realized I saved like 0 back poses, and I definitely feel like people avoid them, kind of like how they avoid hands and feet, because back poses are a lot tougher. There's a lot of like muscle, unless you have a super muscly dude, especially on like female back figures. Like, there's a lot of just open back plane there. It is really hard to know what to do with. Hey, Akil. All right, let's take the standing break. Boy. Move this out of his chin area. Take a sip of my tea here. Studies can be challenging, but they're always going to teach you something. Exactly. Stop the boot camp art. You pop a vein, try and know when to stop and look in the past and walk away. Well, that's a thing too. I know when to walk away from a piece as well. Right? You do have to have that conditioning, I guess, to know to like not take this piece any further. A lot of people have trouble with knowing how to finish a piece, right? Sometimes, like as a beginner, you also need to know when to stop just working a piece, trying to learn from it, because you're not going to get anything more out of it. We can't force ourselves to become a master in one sitting. You have to let it go and move on to the next thing, because you're going to learn something from that next thing that will help you improve the thing that you just did, vice versa. So you have to keep going, coming back to some of the stuff that you may have failed at. I think some people, like when you try to learn anatomy, some people think it's just like this one and done deal. You keep revisiting this stuff. It's kind of a never-ending learning process. You just get better at doing it, and you get to learn more aspects about it. Like the first time that you get introduced to anatomy, everything is foreign to you, and you have to worry about more than just anatomy, like the design of the figure and the gesture and all this other stuff. But when you start to actually learn the anatomy, then you can focus on how do I connect this anatomy to the gesture properly and make it a good design. And then, you know, once you start to be able to do that, you might revisit the anatomy and be like, can I make this anatomy better? Can I design it better? Can I know it more intimately? So you study like the bones underneath and how the anatomy lays on top. It's all a huge learning process. I don't usually draw backs because I can't practice the faces otherwise. But look what I did. I turned the face. There you go. And it's good to practice heads from like 3/4 view from behind as well, because you're going to get characters like that. Not every character is going to be facing you. Oh, doing good, Akil. Thanks for stopping by. What was it? The first 80% is the same difficulty as the last 20% or something? Or was it effort? Oh, I know that saying. It's... Oh, shoot. I forget exactly what it is, Quack, and it applies to like a lot of things, right? It's like the... it's like the 20% of effort that you put in yields the most results. Like everything, the 80% is just sort of groundwork for that 20%, but you still have to do all 100. But it's really that last 20% that gives you the juice, you know. Um, I think that you can use it for everything. Like 20% of your, if you had a bunch of clients, 20% of your clients are going to be the ones that are really your meaty clients, right? The ones that give you your most money. Um, when you're learning how to draw anatomy, 80% of it is like base work, and then that last 20% is where you really make things shine. Hi, Lucy. The idea of a finished piece always bugged me. Like for me, a drawing can be a finished thing, but for the artist who made the piece, it's just a doodle. Seems like a point of view thing. Oh, for sure. It really depends on who you are and what your goal is with art. I mean, especially for professional artists, there's a lot of professional artists that can make doodles that look like finished pieces just because they have that much experience. And welcome to the stream, Lucy. Is that how I say that? You've got the little umlaut over the U. Let me know if I'm saying your name wrong. Is it 80% of the thing you do comes from the 20% you learn? I don't remember the exact saying, honestly. Zoe, I'm in a time where I look and ask, how is this getting harder and harder, but then I realize I don't need to kill myself. I'm a happy art maker and I need to stop, thanks. Why is it getting harder and harder? I definitely can feel that. I definitely felt it on the study that I showed you. Like it didn't get any easier the whole way through. It just felt hard. I definitely think like I did a decent job with that. I would say though that can be very disheartening for some people. I almost gave up. Like I really did want to give up after like an hour, but I was able to push through that. And you want to make sure that you tune the difficulty to your needs, kind of thing. If you make something way too difficult, you're not going to study. And that was like just at the like edge of how difficult something was for me, because I sucked at everything in my opinion, except for like the observation. I learned stuff from it, but it was very difficult. Like normally I would tone it. It was the only photo I had, so I was like, okay, I'll use this one. But you definitely should tune the difficulty so that it's not getting harder and harder. You should feel good that like things are, if you've chosen a good difficulty, like even if you fail, you should feel good about some things that you did. Not that it will necessarily get easier, but it won't feel like such a crazy challenge that you're going beyond anything that you can do, that it just gets so frustrating that you want to stop. My artworks are done when I say so. Lucy, it's like Lucy. Okay, good. Said it right. It's just that sometimes I feel pressure to make a finished or polished drawing, even though I'm not the type of artist who does these things. Even some pro animators like Glenn Keane didn't clean up their works. Beauty and the Beast, it was another person. I'm something I'm trying to work on, just trying to do my type of art. Yeah, again, it's up to the artist. I think for Glenn Keane, you know, that's an animator thing, right? They have what do they call it? They have literally artists that are cleanup artists, so that Glenn Keane, the animators, can focus on making the animation as good as possible, and then someone goes and makes the lines clean. So they're separated into different types of jobs. So that's a very like animator type of thing. If you want to be an illustrator or something, obviously, you could totally have like a unfinished style. You know, it feels finished to you, but like to other people, it looks like this sort of unfinished doodly style, and that would be totally cool. It's really up to you. If you wanted to do something like Riot Games splash art, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with like unfinished doodly art, because it's just not what they're looking for. So if you're trying to get like a job in the industry, that would be a little bit tougher. But again, if you're just doing it for yourself, you could totally go with a finished style that, you know, other people might see as unfinished. And those styles can look really cool. I've heard one from veteran artists that you should get to 80% for most of your works because the last 20% always takes several times more or something other. That I have heard. It's because it's not even 20% from what I remember correctly. It's the last like 5%, because that's when they add all the like the glitz and glam to those splash images, like the particles, the little shine, like they'll make the atmospheric perspective a little bit stronger. They'll pump the values, amp up the colors a little bit, and it all happens at the very, very end. You can see like speed paints of Riot artists on YouTube that do this all the time. Like they'll make a really great painting, but then at the very end, they will put in all these like little details. They'll put like noise and stuff in it, add a glow to a bunch of things, and it happens within the last like 10 minutes of their piece. Okay guys, I wanted to try to finish this, so I'm gonna see how far I can go with this. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but we are going to figure it out. Yeah, that reminds me, spriting takes me so much time because of polish. Oh, sprites, yes. I imagine that does take a long time. Sprites are so simplified that you have to get the design like just right. Yeah, you know, after this we'll probably do like this week just a yes, because we're gonna do some Chad like figures and then inked figures, but I've got this Morpho book for, let me see if you guys can see this, because muscled bodies. So it's basically like the figure but for people who are super beefy. And it goes into women and men, but like we can study the heck out of this stuff together and get some, because Chad is a beefy dude. Hey, Morpho, yeah, they're honestly such good books, very detailed, very wonderful. So we can study that, and there's a bunch of back poses in here too, and we'll get some, even if the painting's not perfect, we will get some cool stuff going on for his sketches. And then, you know, next time we paint a beefy dude, we will have a lot more practice at that. Oh, remind me before I go, I should show you guys, like, I did a character design a long time ago and never finished it. Again, I just released a video where I talked about I don't finish anything. But it was an extra beefy, like, Amazon dude, and it looked I remember it looked so cool. I'd have to bust it out to see if it still is good, but if you guys want to see it, I can bring it out before the stream ends. Okay. This is one of the things that really like frustrates me about painting is like when you do the base layer, right? And then you're supposed to layer on top of it. Right, the base layer is kind of your mid-tone, and then you're supposed to add highlights and shadows. Or at least that's what I understood. And some people, I think, start maybe with their lights or something. But it has always confused me, like... I just feel like I'm just making my midtones lighter. Maybe that's just my mistake. And I'm adding too much lightness or something. I don't really know. Depends on the light setting. Whatever makes the initial block in fast, I guess. Yeah, I just don't... I'm never comfortable with how I've... it's something that I'm still trying to figure out. Like, I think this is gonna be... God, this is so confusing. I apologize for this to be the worst figure ever, just FYI. This is not gonna come out good, I can tell you this right now. Yeah, I don't know, I've never been comfortable with the way that I block it. It must be something that you get used to over time. I just always felt like it's been really inadequate the way that I block in stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. It looks so easy when I watch other artists do it, like on videos, and then when I do it, I'm just like, why does mine look so garbagey? Cannot get it to look right. And again, it could just be like the blending too that I just like, I'm not good at, and that's a big part, which I would totally understand because I'm terrible at blending. I will get it eventually. Can I ask, what do you do if you want to make Yaoi and VTuber models wise on Zephyr? I mean, make them? What? What's the question? I don't understand. If you want to make them, make them. Am I misunderstanding something? Selection tool is always helpful for isolating an area. I've been seeing Lois use that more recently. Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists use the selection tool. It helps make really clean and interesting shapes. I don't think that's necessarily where my problem is, I guess. I mean, it can be really cool to use the lasso tool though. as a as a tool like that. I feel like his hair is a little bit darker, so I'm gonna punch it up. And then we'll add some highlights to it. Sharp shadow for sharp edges, soft shadows for rounded surfaces. We probably should ask actual yaoi artists for that. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about VTuber models. I know it's a lot of work. I've heard that before, but I don't know anything about it. I'm sorry. Pretty sure you need like an animator and stuff for that, right? Like it's not just about the drawing. Like somebody needs to animate out all the like poses that they take and stuff. Right? I don't know if anybody has watched a VTuber. There's one that I've been interested in lately because she kind of because I want to like be able to stream art and games and all this stuff, and I literally can't find an artist. If you guys know artists, by the way, that live stream on YouTube, because streaming on, I know there are artists that stream on Twitch, but if you know artists that stream on YouTube fairly consistently, let me know, because I can't find any. I found a couple, but there's this one girl from, she's really popular. There's this thing called HoloLive, if any of you guys have seen it. I had her open the other day. Ninume. I'll type it in. Ninomai. I don't know how to pronounce that. But really cool VTuber design. It's a straight up professional artist, but she also like sings and does art, and she's actually a pretty damn good artist too. I'm shocked when I found her. I was just like, why that? And there's a bunch of people who are off of HoloLive, I guess, but she's just so skilled. Jesus, like, does talk about doing everything and anything. She draws, she sings, but yeah, I was able to see that, you know, she draws and plays games on stream, and I was like, I kind of want to be able to do that. I don't see anybody else doing it except for her. I rig and animate in Spine, which isn't for VTubers but has the same core principles of bone hierarchy and mesh weights. No idea to find live streams on YouTube. I feel like an old man with an iPhone. Dude, YouTube does not make it easy. That's not your fault. I'm so annoyed with how, and I'm pretty sure other people are too, the way YouTube handles like there's on Twitch, for instance, there's a whole like there's a whole subsection for art or creatives. I mean, sometimes you'll get people who aren't actually doing art in there, but for the most part, you can find artists that way. On YouTube, good luck. Good luck finding anybody. Like, it's kind of set up for gaming, mostly. And even then, it's hard to find people that you enjoy. Like, when I went to the live section on YouTube, it's some of the most ugliest, weirdest looking thumbnails. At least with Twitch, you can see what the person is working on, you know? The thumbnail doesn't hide everything. But you can't beat the discoverability on YouTube either. So people find me because, you know, they're already subscribed or they watched a video. I'm here because I watch your videos, so YouTube recommends the stream to me. Yeah, exactly. You would not be able to find my stream if you hadn't already watched one of my videos, and I'm lucky that one of my videos like kind of blew up, so it recommends it to a good amount of people. That's too close. The 90-year-old with the body of 120. Who are you calling a 35-year-old butterfly? Surprised you haven't had our daily high. Just watched your video visitors yet? That's Lucy. Yeah. We got Lucy today. Very happy to have you here. We will get more people. We get new visitors too. It's not like it's all the same people, so. We do get new visitors as well. Very happy to have you here though, Luce. Can't promise that the drawings will all be good, at least at first, but we will entertain you. Right? And the drawings will get better over time. Oop, don't need that. We had a grandma near that age. Oh my gosh, Akil. 120? That's absurd. I mean, good for your grandma. Tell us her secrets. What was she doing? Oops. She's one of those people in the blue zones you hear about. Who lives forever. Favorite thing is that they interviewed a bunch of 100-year-olds about their lifestyle to find like a common factor. All of them had different habits. I think they did one of those studies and they found that like it was like really simple. It was like having a community, people you could talk to, like friends, and then what was the other thing? Being like active, whether that was walking or whatever. Is everyone here? Hope you have a nice day. Hi, Wally. Testing out some drawing tools, eh, Lucy? What kind of tools are you testing out? I feel like there's all sorts of stuff I gotta test out too. Oops. That's not the right layer. Found my favorite mechanical pencil. I thought I lost. That's great. I used the mirror ruler. Felt like I cheated on my art. It's not good if I don't. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't use it while you're trying to study, maybe, because it could potentially hurt your growth. But it's okay to use it. It's not. No one. It's technically the art police. I mean, don't do shitty, shady shit, but and steal people's work, but using tools that are totally appropriate is fine. Rendered that butt cheek real nice. Around, yeah. Indeed. Indeed it is. I remember I did this Amazon warrior looking lady once and I was so disappointed with how I rendered her butt. Oh my god, I actually have done a back pose before. I don't think it was from imagination though. So I guess that still applies. I know if I want a huge following, I feel like I need speed. That's not true at all. And you gain speed over time just by doing stuff and getting more understanding about it. So if you really want to be fast, like you just get good. Not like there's no trick. People always looking for shortcuts. The fastest and best way is just to learn it all properly. And you won't have to take any shortcuts. If you learn the shortcuts, you have to use them for the rest of your life. Because you don't know how to do it without them. And those shortcuts eventually are slower. And just simply knowing the information. And another artist that knows their actual shit will outpace you very easily. Because they don't have to look up a ton of reference or anything. Oh, man. Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Yeah, they don't have to look up reference or use any tools to draw. They just do it, and then it's done. Because they've done it 1,000 times. I'm gonna have to drop in here. Oh, hand. Be right back for a bit. Okay, 4. I gotta call the cops. I have to let them know I found and stole the bakery. Speed comes with time, but also sometimes you're the type of artist whose tempo is not a high speed one. Yeah, that's a good point. Not everybody wants to work at a super high speed, but even the ones who are, you know, slow, they're typically just very methodical. Like, they're not making mistakes as much as the fast ones, so they don't have to redraw things. So they are fast in a sense. Following, what's that? Redrawing old art to give myself an ego boost, actually. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Missing music. Let me try something else. Hello, sorry, Ann. Did YouTube flag your stream for showing a YouTube video? No. We were good with watching that short. Again, I think because people do like react videos all the time, I think as long as you're providing commentary, you're all right. So we were safe. Sorry. We could definitely watch another Goblins thing. Should watch more of that stuff together. That was good stuff. I really enjoy those shorts. Zoe, I don't look up a vids. I'm off my rocker. And I need help now thinking of a VTuber model. I'm looking at like a doll. Oh, you don't look up videos until you need serious help. I mean, that's a good position to take. That way you try most of it yourself. You learn a lot that way. Sorry, nice. Good to hear that. Yeah, I was happy about it too. I'm always a little afraid. Like, when I first had my YouTube channel, I think one of the first couple videos I had got flagged for something. So scared because I had just started. So like now, and I feel like now I'm even more scared for something to happen to my channel. Like I'm in that weird middle ground phase where it's like if something happened to my channel, you know, I don't have like I mean, I love all you guys, but we don't have 1 million followers or something to like shout at YouTube to bring my channel back, you know? So it is a little scary to know that you kind of rely on them and that anything could happen. I mean, I even remember, who was it, Naoki something, I forget his last name. He's a Japanese guy, I believe. He does a lot of anime stuff, but his channel got banned, and he had to make a new one. I'm pretty sure he violated some terms of agreement or something. It was on accident as far as I know, but his channel still got banned. He had to re-upload a ton of stuff to his new channel. He got all his followers back because he was already quite big and popular, but like, that's scary, right? You gotta be very careful. Make sure you're following the rules so you don't get screwed. Yeah, I remember it wasn't his fault or anything, but like YouTube was just like a firm, hard no, and he still had a really good following. Like again, he got it all back, as far as I know, on his second channel, but like, this shit's still scary. Like, especially for somebody who has their, like, he does manga and stuff, so I'm sure he has like other modes of income, but like I'm trying to make this my permanent thing. So if I had this as like a piece of income, like my only income, and I had quit my job and everything, and then all of a sudden YouTube was just like, goodbye channel, that would be terrifying. Naoki Sato, maybe something like that. I forget his full name. That was rough because of a Google Drive issue, I think. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it is, or what it was. Mr. Fahrenheit, I haven't drawn in like 4 to 5 years. It used to be one of my favorite things to do. I've been struggling to get back into it. Any suggestions? A starting point would be great. So, I mean, I think probably, I don't know how much in detail I went in my video about it, but I stopped for a good, like, I said it was a year, but I think it was actually a bit longer than that. It might have been like a year and a half, or even a little bit more than that. I'm not sure of the exact timeline, but I did stop for a while, and getting back into it was definitely 4 to 5 years. Obviously, they can be scary and very difficult, because even though there's parts of it that are like riding a bike, as they say, you do lose a lot of that muscle memory, especially if you're gone for a while. So it's gonna feel a little funky to draw, and if you're really serious about getting back into it, that's great. I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is make sure, you know, you have the right mindset going in, that you're, you know, all the things that I talk about on my channel, like making sure you know, you're gonna have failure and that's okay. Like, give yourself grace and compassion, but to actually get started to do the thing, if you read the Atomic Habits book, that would be really good for you to pick up if you haven't read it before. But basically, he talks about how to make a habit, and that's to start very small. Like, when you come back from 4 to 5 years, especially if you're really passionate, like, the first thing that's going to be in your head is, you know, probably the same thing as when you were first starting to learn to draw, is that you want to practice all day and get really good, and that's just not gonna happen. Like, your body is so, or your brain, I guess, is so used to not doing that thing and doing other stuff that it's gonna resist you trying to put in hard work for drawings. So start very small and just let it be about showing up for yourself at first. And bye, Akil. See you later. Catch you in the next stream. So that's what I did for myself. I was able to do 30 minutes at the beginning, and I felt comfortable with that. But you go down to whatever time is comfortable for you. Like, typically the way that I say how you should measure it, like what is a good time, is if in your head you say, I'm gonna draw for 30 minutes, and your brain immediately resists that, and you're like, I don't want to do it. Or the time comes for you to actually draw for 30 minutes, and you're like, I want to do something else. Too much time, right? You want a time that your brain is not going to resist. So if you got to go all the way down, I think I've made shorts about this. If you got to go all the way down to 1 minute of drawing, do it. Like, it sounds stupid, but it's not about doing the drawing at that point. It's literally just about showing up for yourself. You are proving that you can show up for yourself, and you change your brain every time that you do that. So you're basically building a habit, and then you can slowly increase your time from there. So it took me, I started drawing when I started doing this YouTube journey, right? And that was 2 years ago from September. So I started at 30 minutes then. It took me a couple months to get up to an hour, and then probably like a good 6 months or something till I was at 2 hours a day, and that's what I do now. I had setbacks. It wasn't all like I did 30 minutes and I was good. Like showed up every day. Like there was still life happening, and I stopped for a little bit here and there, but like I managed to get that habit slowly more and more consistent, and it started building those pathways that I needed. And there's been a couple times, you know, more recently where I draw more than 2 hours. And it's not just for the YouTube stuff, it's for me. Like I'll do this live stream and then I'll do other like work or more studies, or I'll push what I did in the live stream further. The live stream stuff definitely helped make me a little bit more accountable when I really didn't want to do it, but I was doing it on my own, you know, before the live stream stuff. I wouldn't recommend doing that at first because that's a sort of another hurdle to accomplish. You need to just show up for yourself at first, you know. I'll look into the book Atomic Habits and start small. I just got semester break from college. It's perfect time to get back into it. Yeah, that's great. Just remember to take things slow and be very compassionate with yourself. Like don't make fun of yourself for the fact that you're showing up for 1 minute, if that's as far as you got to go down to, right? Treat yourself with compassion. Like tell yourself that you're proud of yourself for showing up for yourself. It takes a lot of courage and guts to do this, and you need to be your own best friend, because this is a journey we largely take alone. Like our community can be there, but you are the one who has to sit down alone and draw still. So you gotta be your own best friend. You have to be more curious than you are frustrated. And you know, like I said, it's not always rainbows and sunshine. You are still gonna get frustrated, you're still gonna feel down and stuff, but you have the tools to know how to come back and to remind yourself, like, I have to be kind to myself. I have to learn to show up for myself, and these things are okay. And when you do that, you start doing good. I'm sure you can do it, Mr. Fahrenheit. It's it can feel like a tricky road at first, but when you start feeling that, like, it's not even like a sense of necessarily happiness, but just an absence of toxicity towards your process. Like, you didn't shit on yourself today for not being able to draw something that you wanted to draw, right? Or you weren't hard on yourself for not drawing for 6 hours and trying to be the best. Like, it's that absence of negativity that can make all the difference in the process. Like right now, for this pose, like, I know for a fact that this is not very good. There's so many things that are wrong. The lighting is not consistent, the pose is not perfect, the hands look wonky. Like, I can see it and I can feel it, but I'm trying to draw what I can from imagination and do what I can, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I know that it'll help me improve either way. And I am happy with that. I know that I'll get there eventually. This is a long road, and the kinder we are with ourselves, and the more that we're able to do, and the faster you're going to improve. So Just remember that. Just draw. Yeah. Turn your brain off, exactly. I feel like you almost do have to do that at first. Turn your brain off, because it's just like shouting at you. Your brain's... people talk about this all the time on like self-help channels and stuff, and I do too, but like your brain was built for survival, and all the things that are triggers to help build yourself for survival are not how we live today and how we try to accomplish things today. Your brain literally gets in the way of everything that you try to do because it's built for survival. It's really frustrating, but doing the habits thing, like I said, is one of those ways that we bypass those mechanisms of the brain. Starting small lets you avoid the brain's tendency to want to push you towards habits because it's trying to conserve energy. Ooh, what last thing I can do is drop in a little, what is it, that little like saturated line. Too much, let's see. Still don't know how to do this. I just know that there are artists out there that do it and it looks really good. Let's try the blending brush that I made here. Thanks, guys. I got my sketch pad in front of me right now. About 6 months ago, I'm removing the wrapper right now. Hell yeah. Congrats. I wish you very much the best of luck on your journey, Mr. Fahrenheit. It's a fun one. Just gotta remember to keep it fun. Oh, lovely. It's a little weird. legs. Drop the opacity. Remember to make the first page a drawing of the high school S symbol in order to break the new sketchbook for your curse. I shall follow the rules of divine art. Yeah, it's so funny. Well, it's something. We did what we could. A back pose. It's not bad considering I don't know. Well, really jack shit about the back muscles. I have like a vague idea of what they are, but really I don't know much. Chad is a Chad. Great job. Thank you. Backs are difficult, but we'll learn more about them. I just gotta actually study the muscles. The most time that I've spent with stuff has been the head, not even the neck, and like the torso area. Like the head, torso. I really don't know much about the legs, the back, the butt. I would say maybe the arms a little bit, the like upper arm. But hands, not as much. Feet, not as much. All that stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna call this done. I'm impressed with legs. Legs are hard, so good job. Yeah, thank you. All I know is like I memorize sort of patterns about how people have done their figures, so I know that what is that muscle? It's not the Achilles. The calf muscle sort of like plugs into the knee, so the knee like hooks onto it kind of, and it plugs in. Trapezoid's looking strong. Thank you. Yeah, Chad's a beast. We gotta make sure he's got the muscles to back it up. So now that makes 3. Let's see if we can put them side to side a little bit. She's a little tall. There's that one, and Ichigo. Bam. You know, there's definitely like you can see the ever so slightly like improvement. You know, like the values on this one were not great, but I kind of fixed that with the next two a little bit better. They're coming along. Behold the perfect woman. Yeah, damn, I missed a lot. I didn't finish all these on stream, I don't think, but I started them at least, I'm pretty sure. Rukia will probably start next week. And then Chad will be working on, we'll be working on, like, the figure sketches, like this stuff. Oop, that is the lines. I still gotta figure out how to make good lines. I don't know how to ink anything. But the pose is nice. And, you know, the anatomy came out decent and everything. So, but yeah, today we finished Chad. He looks decent. We'll call it good. Thank you guys for showing up, and we're almost near the end of the year here, but we're still gonna show up. I gotta figure out how to stream for the beginning of January because we're leaving. I'm gonna be moving the end of the month, or I mean, I'm leaving at the end of the month, and I'm trying to find an apartment back in closer to the LA area because San Francisco is too expensive. So we're gonna be a little difficult. Maybe I can figure out a way to like stream Procreate on the iPad or something. I will figure out something, but I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Tomorrow, usually I do like the gaming thing on Thursday, and we usually have already had a couple of streams, so this week it's gonna go straight from drawing to gaming because we started on Wednesday. So tomorrow, I think some of my friends said they wanted to play Lego Fortnite, so we're gonna try that out if you guys have tried that, and that should be really fun. It looks really cute, so if you guys want to come hang out, that'd be great. And then we'll go back to Chad figures by the weekend and all that stuff. Gaming tomorrow, hell yeah. I know. It gets me psyched when I actually get to game. Lego Fortnite, the ultimate draw cube scenario. Maybe we should draw some Lego people after that. Like design a Lego person. That would be kind of cool. I feel like that would be a sweet episode. I should call Lego and get it sponsored. Design your own Lego character. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. We'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Bye.